Hi everyone. A lot of college students and working professionals reach out to me, and one of the most common questions I get is what is the role of a product manager? Welcome to Pro Basics Learning Series. My name is Sarang Bafna. I have around 10 plus years of work experience, and I'm currently working as a product manager at Amazon for the last couple of years. Today, I'm here to tell you what is the role of a product manager in detail. The product management role has certainly grown a lot with the growth of e commerce, social media, and startups. It pays well and offers you an opportunity to do innovative things. So, if you are looking to land up into a product management role, I highly recommend you to watch this video till the end because it will give you more clarity about the role than you have right now. Please do subscribe to the Pro Basics channel because it motivates the channel to share more such information with you. And by subscribing to the channel and liking this video, you will ensure that YouTube shows more of product management videos for you. By the way, to be a product manager, you don't need to be an engineer or an MBA. So let's get started. First, I'm going to share a brief overview about the PM role with you and where the PM role sits. Second, what are the different type of product manager roles? Third, we are going to talk about the key stakeholders of a product manager. They can be co-stakeholders, stakeholders who enable a product manager. Fourth, we are going to do a detailed walkthrough into a product management role. Now, if you're planning to apply for a PM role or transition from one role to a PM role, I think you need to know this. A product manager sits right in the middle of customer needs, business objective, and using technology to make the first two meet. I will elaborate with some examples. The PM needs to understand customer needs and then build compelling products working backwards from these customers. PMs basically own a feature, product, or a suite of products. They are the voice of customers and are accounting for the customer experience. Example, YouTube launched the latest short video format after realizing from the TikTok success that many customers enjoys watching 60 seconds videos. PM understands business visions and goals and then they drive them through the products they build. They manage life cycle of the product including working with other teams to drive adoption and business results. Example, Google has built the YouTube to drive its ads business. Now PMs build new technology from scratch and leverages existing technologies to innovate and launch new products. Example, YouTube has used the mobile format videos and machine learning to grow its YouTube Shorts business. By the way, if you want to learn more about Google products, you can check out a separate video only on 72 plus products of Google by ProBasics. Broadly, there are two types of PM roles, product manager business and product manager technical. Now, both focus on customer, business, and technology. However, the key difference is that the focus of a business PM is more around meeting end customer needs and business goals. However, the focus of a technical PM is on developing cutting edge platforms and technologies which help scale one or more products. Let's see an example. A PM business would be owner of launching the product for doorstep food delivery and will build an end to end customer experience and drive the business goals. But the PM business may or may not get into the multiple layers of technology for it. However, a PMT's main focus will be building on those platforms which end to end host the food delivery business. Now let's see who are the different stakeholders for a PM. You might have heard before PM is a mini CEO. Now that said, because a PM is the end to end leader of a product success and they have to interact with multiple stakeholders and wear more than one hat at any point in time. I've created this diagram to explain you different stakeholders of a PM. If you see, the key stakeholders which help identify customer needs, make product decision, and create products are research team, user experience and design, leadership, and the tech team. However, PM also needs to work with many other stakeholders for inputs, alignments, and the launch, whom I have referred as the enablers. These are business development, finance, marketing, legal, program, and customer service teams. Now comes the most exciting part of the session, which is the walkthrough into a product manager role. I highly recommend you to stick around as you are going to get some really practical and real life insights. A PM needs to first understand and define the customer need. A lot of PM actually gets too fascinated by their own idea and they get blindsided by what actually customer wants. See, customer is actually the king. If you create a product which is too outdated or too futuristic, your customers may just ignore it. But if you create something which customers immediately responds to, then eventually you will be able to take them to something futuristic. Now you don't need to define customer needs in long pages. Usually one headline is enough. I have written some examples per my understanding. Example is Cred Bill Payment product is a one-stop app to view, track, and pay all your credit card bills. Similarly, Zerudha is an easy-to-use online platform to invest in stock, derivatives, and mutual funds. Please register the phrases like one-stop app and easy to use because this sets the benchmark of the customer experience for a PM. Now, just defining the customer need doesn't mean a PM has the right level of details to create the customer experience or a business case for it. After this, PM needs to conduct a customer research or do data analysis. There are multiple ways to do this, such as analysis of historical data of your company. You can send out online surveys to customer. You can conduct customer interviews, look at industry reports, do competitive benchmarking, or just do a brainstorming sessions with your colleagues. By the way, you can also check out the 5 why and 1 how video and how to do competition benchmarking video by Pro Basics channel to learn more about this. The third and very important task for a PM is to calculate the business impact of the product. It is not a good product if it is not delivering business results. So typically a PM calculates business impact for 1 to 3 years, which is later tracked in performance reviews after the product is launched. The business impact metric may differ by the objectives, like improvement in conversion rates, sales, new customer acquisition, increase in customer engagement, or business revenue. The fourth area, and I find it very interesting to work on, is defining the customer experience and the mocks of your product. Typically, a PM works with UX design to create mocks or wireframe. I've pasted an example over here. You can see how different customer actions and user journeys have been clearly created. It is also better to do this activity in depth so that there is no confusion later when the product goes into tech development. If your product is basically a roadmap of smaller products, you should break down these user experiences into phases, which is what gets launched first and what gets launched afterwards. UX team can also create mobile and desktop prototype of these mocks to have almost a real life experience of the product. After you have defined the customer need, completed your research, calculated business impact, and created the customer experience, the next step is to review and align your proposal with all stakeholders we discussed before. This is a very, very important milestone for a PM because as part of the reviews, PM aligns the vision of the product with all stakeholders. This makes it easy to secure the bandwidth of the tech team or any other partner team and deliver the product on time. As part of the reviews, it will be good to pre-align any risk and experiments you have in mind. This milestone requires strong influencing without authority skills from a PM. Now your product is ready to enter into tech development. As a PM, you should review every minute details of the product requirement with your tech team through a detailed business requirement document. A PM also works with tech team on the tech design and execution planning, but the level of involvement may vary from product to product and if you're a business PM or a technical PM. Few very important mechanisms of tech development is to have regular sync ups with your team, discuss trade-offs if they are stuck somewhere, discuss the testing and dial-up strategy. A PM just can't share the BRD and come straight at the time of launch. In fact, a PM need to support the tech team with anything and everything possible to be able to launch the product on time. In parallel to tech development, a PM works to define the go-to-market strategy. Typically, PM works with marketing, business development, and customer service team. Here, PM defines the post-launch activities to drive adoption of the product and how to run the performance analysis of the product. Now comes the big milestone which every product manager dreams of, the final product launch. There are many ways to go about a product launch. Typically, there is a soft launch first with friends and family, one city, or a small targeted base, so that in case anything goes wrong, the negative impact is controlled. If everything goes smoothly, then the PM goes for the big bang launch for all customers. As I shared before, it is very important for a product manager to monitor the performance of the product regularly. The data and customer feedbacks shares a lot of important insights, which helps PM to change the plans or get ready to launch next phases of the product. So guys, now I hope you're absolutely clear about what is the role of a product manager. Please comment if you have any questions or if you would like to know more about the product management role. Please do subscribe to the Pro Basics channel for us, like and share this video with others.